What's up, y'all? We are on here. I wanted to come up and discuss quite a few things, one of which being black women being entirely too aggressive. I was sitting over here and I was doing my research. Normally what I do is the night before in the morning I'll get on Twitter or X, whatever y'all want to call it, and I'll just scroll and look up content excuse me, just to see what everybody is talking about, what everybody is doing. Every time I am on Twitter, I'm always seeing black women fighting. There's this video right now, I don't know if y'all have seen it, of this black woman. She's from New York. Them bitches are so aggressive. I do not understand black women from New York, but they are like pit fucking bulls. But there's this black woman, she's like on a bus yelling in this black man's face, and she's like, I will fight you, nigga. She said, I go viral all the time for beating niggas' ass. I don't need no nigga. My daddy taught me how to fight. And she just slaps him in his face, and he does absolutely nothing. This right here is what I hate so much, the predicament that black women have put black men in. They have literally stolen a black man's place to where you can publicly effeminate, if that's the right word, a black man, and he can't do anything because he's afraid of going to jail. Not because he can't handle you, not because he can't take you on, not because he can't whoop your ass, because a woman cannot beat no man's ass. A lot of times these men are just restricting themselves because they're afraid of jail. You're putting a black man in a position to not only be emasculated, but also be fearful because he doesn't want to lose his life to go into jail. Because the first thing you're going to do is victimize yourself when the police come around. I really hate the position that, and I say this all the time because I've heard people say, black women are the white men of the black community. They absolutely are. When you really break down the things that black women do to this community, they are ruining this community. And I hate it so much, right? When I speak, and I speak in terms of being an FBA and being an ABW, an American black woman. When they say that the black woman is the least desired, I think they are talking about American black women. Okay? All right? I watch other black women from different countries. I study them. I look at them. I compare feminine aspects, masculine aspects. And I'm just like, okay, American black women have lost our motherfucking minds. We have lost all of our fucking bananas. Like everything is just complete. It's just completely, our rock just gone. We have literally lost our mind when it comes to the masculine. I hear so much of it. We complain about the lack of opportunity to be feminine, but I'm just sitting back and I'm like, do we not take in how we waste so much opportunity just to be masculine? Just to be masculine. The over-aggression, the lack of emotional regulation, where a woman is supposed to be emotionally regulated, black women are not. Why am I seeing, and I said this and I tried to type it in chat GPT so chat could get my words together, but chat was like, oh, I can't talk about black women like that because black women are a protected group. Since when? Because this is what pissed me off, because I can get on chat GPT and talk shit about black men, but I can't talk about black women. That's what's crazy. Since when did black women become a protected group in America, but black men have not? I thought black people were a protected group. At what point did it just become black women? But that's neither here nor there. I was talking to chat GPT because I seen a video on Twitter of these 4 black women. All of them were obese, okay? One had on a wig, another had on a bonnet. They were all in their pajamas. They were obese, okay? They were all fighting in the middle of fucking Kroger, you guys. And I came online and I said, this is why representation matters. This is why how you as a black woman carries yourself matters. Those bonnets, those wearing pajamas out in public, those wigs and those lashes and those edges that go like that, that comes with the energy. Okay, that comes with a very dirty energy, and it comes with the energy that's always hostile. Okay, I don't give a damn what your intentions is. When you look like that, when you're outside in your pajamas and your bonnets, you look like you don't care. You look like you have no goals. You look like you have no life ambitions, and you look like you're only showing up to fight. So it makes perfect sense why every time I get on social media and I see bitches fighting, black women fighting, they always have on pajamas and bonnets, and they're always out in public. But this is what I want you guys to understand. Black women, we like to brag about how nurturing we are, how mothering we are. There is nothing nurturing and mothering about women who fight in public where kids are. Okay? I don't know what's this obsession with black women fighting in grocery stores, but children are there. All right? And if this is how they are showing up in public around other people's kids, imagine how they are at home with their own kids when no one is looking. Okay, this is why I say you have to be very mindful of the type of women you allow around your kids. If they don't care about how they're seen in public, if they don't care about how they act in public, then you don't want them around your children in private. Okay, if you can't expect them to control themselves, you can't trust that they can control themselves in public, you don't want them around your kids in private. Okay, what's up, People's Champ? How are you feeling? You don't want them around your kids in private. We have to stop pedestalizing women just because of the fact they're women. Okay, a lot of women are creeps. A lot of women again, are not emotionally regulated. Okay, a lot of women have mental health issues, and a lot of these women have access to children, unfortunately. Okay, a person who is not all the way okay up here should not have access to children. This is the reason why I feel like there needs to be a license in order to become a parent. Okay, because there's too many black women becoming parents, but they're not mentally stable. And a lot of these black children are growing up with no social skills. They dumb as hell. Okay, they slow as fuck. They're angry. You know, the TV is raising them. The iPads is raising them. They ain't got no daddy. All right, and today's black women, the modern black woman, is the black man that she complains about. The modern black woman is the black man that she complains about. She creates broken households purposely, multiple baby daddies. You don't have to do that as a woman. You choose to do that. You do not require commitment. You do not require marriage, okay? You choose to create a broken household, all right? You're just like the black man that you complain about, all right? They're super masculine. They don't know how to express their frustration and then disagreement. So what they do is they try to intimidate you with aggression, okay? That hyena activity, all right? That's very masculine, all right? They're always fighting. Very masculine. They're always competing with other women. Very masculine. Okay? Black women are the black men that they complain about. Okay? You can't take any direction. Okay? You're always a victim. Black women do no wrong. Black women are tearing up the fucking black community. Black women are tearing up the black community. And the reason why is because so many of us are pushing and pulling between the black community and the woman community. You can't straddle the fence, okay? You can't serve two masters at one time. You either stand for the black community or you a womanist. But this whole womanist, feminist community, they don't stand for the family. Okay, you literally, I seen this on Twitter. This girl was like, you have black feminists, and this is so true, who are literally trying to rewrite black American history by labeling all of the black male activists as rapists, as womanizers, and it's so true. Now, in some cases, yeah, we could say some of these men might have been on some woo-woo wah-wah shit, but to literally make it seem like every black man, every black activist that has ever existed was a rapist and a womanist, and this is coming out of the mouths of black women, is crazy. They're literally doing what white people are supposed to do, and they're rewriting. This is the reason why I say white people left the black community a long time ago. Okay, they dealing with the foreigners now. They already did the damage. They left it to the black woman. The black woman said, you know what, master, we got this. We can hold it down from here. We're going to fuck the black community up. We don't need y'all to rewrite our history no more. We'll rewrite it. We'll rewrite it. So now black women are going around telling everybody that Huey P. Newton and everybody was a rapist and everybody was a womanizer and they really didn't stand for the black community. And if it was up to black men, black women would still be in slavery. What are y'all hoes talking about? Like, let's be, I don't, what are y'all talking about? The issue with black women is you guys choose the most fucked up black men ever, and then you allow this to be your perception of all black men. Okay, I have to remind you, we all have our own universes that we live in. And within our own universes, we attract whatever is a part of our algorithm. Whatever our mind is set on is what we're going to attract. However, the universe is bigger than your universe. So just because you can only attract fucked up black men because that's all your mama was able to attract and all your grandmama was able to attract, so that's all you know, does not mean that every black man is fucked up. Okay, at some point, black women have to take accountability for their own actions and for the things that they attract. A lot of black women aren't mad at black men. They're mad at themselves because they can't get better. And because black women operate out of so much pride, we can't take the time to say, okay, I attract this type of black man because, you know what, I talk too much. You know what, I'm controlling. You know what, I nag too much. You know what, I'm needy. I'm desperate. Instead of admitting that and healing from it, they say, oh, all these niggas ain't shit. Because they're essentially mad at the type of niggas they attract. I posted a video yesterday where this dude, he was talking about how he loved fat bitches. He said, I love fat bitches. He said, my girl hate fat bitches because I love fat bitches so much. He said, I love fat bitches. You know, they just do some things that other folks won't do. And I'm reading the comments, and all of these men are like, I love fat bitches. They'll do this. They'll give you this. They'll give you head. They'll give you this. And I made a video and I said, you know what, black women, lose weight. Lose weight. Because a lot of y'all's excuses is, okay, Ain't nothing wrong with being fat because a nigga will still fuck me. These niggas are only fucking you because apparently y'all feed them, you give the best head, and you're easy. That's what they're saying. I didn't say it. I'm just going by what the men are saying. Okay, there's a difference between niggas loving you and niggas fetishizing you. When you begin to put your looks and your beauty and the sexual validation of a man over your health and hygiene, shit is fucking up. This goes back into a lot of black women being very male-centered. Okay? You don't care enough about your health. You don't care that over 60% of black women in America are obese, which is a medical illness. Okay? It's classified as a medical illness. You don't care about that because as long as a nigga will fuck you, you okay with it. You okay with it. But these niggas are only fucking you because they fetishize you. You heard that he said, I love fat bitches and my girl don't like that. He doesn't even have enough love for you to make a fat bitch his own bitch. Being fucked and not taken home to family is crazy. Okay? A lot of black women put male validation over their health, over their hygiene, over their family, over their kids. Okay? Over their kids. And then when they get older and they hit that wall and they get burnt out, then they want to get online and spread hate towards black men. Well, these black men ain't shit. It's always going to end up the same. It's always going to be like this. These black men. No, these black women. These black women are not teaching younger black girls how to properly choose decent men because they have not yet themselves chose properly decent men. Okay? They haven't made themselves accessible to them because these decent black men aren't even, you're not even on their radar. There's a reason why these decent black men, these well-off black men don't want you. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. Okay, but black women, again, we can't take accountability. You know, we can't take accountability. We can't say, hey, you know what? My actions is what led to my outcome. Okay, my actions, the things that I allowed in my life, the way I carry myself is what created this girl, this black woman. And I think, what's her name? I can't even think of her name right now. And I tagged her. I wonder if she's, here we go, because I want to say her name. Simply Charlene. She did a video because this woman, she made a video saying, I'm talking about a very ghetto-fied black woman, no health, obese. And one of her eyes was on the other side of the damn room, okay? She looking right here and right there at the same time and got the nerve to get on the internet and say, I don't know why y'all be acting funny. All of us women get the same type of men at the end of the day. Who the fuck told you that? Okay, this is the delusion that a lot of black women live in. When we can't accept the reality that I attract the type of man I attract because of who I am, we convince ourselves that every black woman around us is dating the same exact man that we attract. That's not true. That's not true. You attract what you attract because of who you are. And a lot of black women don't want to admit that they ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas is gender neutral. Okay? So when we saying niggas ain't shit, I like to apply that to males and females. Because I know a whole bunch of black women who are far from queendom. Far from queendom. Okay? Not even touching it. You know? And the issue is black women, they found allies in this whole feminist movement. So now they can bully everybody into accepting their bullshit. And all they got to do is say, you can't say anything to me. I'm black and I'm a woman. So not only are you being racist, but you're being sexist, double whammy. So my thing is, who in the fuck do black women stand for? Do you stand for women or do you stand for the black community? Because the shit that y'all promoting in this feminist movement is super anti-black. And I just want to let you know, if you're anti-black community, you're also anti-black child. They sure did because they don't like what I have to say. Black women don't like correction. If I was up here talking shit about black men, because they say it all the time, well, what about black men? Y'all been shitting on black men for generations, okay? I can literally scroll and find hella videos of people, not just black people, not just white people, but black women, white women, all types of women, all types of men talking about black men. They've been doing this for generations, okay? The issue is no one is allowed to speak on black women because black women would throw a hissy fit. Black women likes to intimidate people with aggression. We like to bully people into not saying things and bully people into accepting bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, black women, we complain about not being feminine, but we'll go outside in pajamas and a bonnet. What feminine woman do you know goes outside in pajamas and a fucking bonnet? But you can't tell a black woman she's not feminine for that. Because then it shouldn't matter. Y'all being anti-black woman. This is a part of our culture. Universally, femininity has always been well kept, poised, and graceful. But for American black women, oh, I can wear this dirty ass bonnet I ain't washed since I got in my pajamas outside at 4 p.m. and still be seen as a feminine woman. Oh, and I'll fight this bitch if she look at me motherfucking funny bitch because I'm not the motherfucking one to play me. Oh, but I'm a feminine woman. How come we don't get the opportunity to be feminine? How come everybody look at us funny? Like I said, until black women create black women, all right, create a system to where we start correcting these nigga bitches who uphold this hyena behavior, okay, we're not going to be able to move into that femininity level that we want to be in. It's just not going to happen. Because it's like no one is paying attention to the positive of black people. They're only going to see the negative. They're only going to see the negative aspects of us. But when we got so many black women promoting these damn things, like people say, oh, well, white people or they are pushing these images of black women fighting and being ghetto. That's not who we are. Yes, it is. Ain't nobody pushing no motherfucking images. You bitches find this entertaining. Y'all find E-Kane entertaining. Y'all find weirdos like Meatball entertaining. Y'all find Christian Rock entertaining. Things like Zeus Network entertaining. Ain't nobody putting a GU in a black woman's head and saying, hey, sit in the living room with your daughter and watch this show. What you take into your body, what you take into your mind, into your subconscious slowly becomes a part of who you are. So many black women and black young girls promote things like Zeus Network and baddies. That the demographic for that is heavily black and heavily black woman. And we wonder why we see so many black women fighting, so many young black girls dressing like the girls they see on Baddie. You know what I'm saying? They all out in the street in the gas stations fighting. I even see it in the videos, the little girls in schools fighting. They all got the lashes. They all trying to look like the baddies from the Zeus Network show. You're taking in all of this shit and it's slowly becoming a part of who you are. We're slowly normalizing instability, hypersexuality, intimidation through aggression. We're slowly normalizing this behavior. But whenever you say something to a black woman about it, hey, maybe we should stop promoting this. Oh, well, white people be pushing these images of us. White people ain't pushing shit. You're looking on your phone at it, you're finding it entertaining, and then you're pressing share. Where was the white person in that? What white person told Lemmy and Natalie Nunn and them or whatever them people is to create the network? Black people have the opportunity to take all the freedom we have and do so many positive things with it. And we choose to create networks like Zeus Network. Zeus Network. You have 30-year-old women sitting up with their 13-year-old daughters watching it. Zeus fucking Network. Okay? Mind you, Zeus is the Greek god of war, of sex, hostility. It makes a lot of sense as to why that's what we're seeing. Black women just giving all type of energetic donations and offerings to the god Zeus. That ain't none of our God. He ain't part of our lineage. He ain't a part of our bloodline. But y'all over here feeding him because it looked good. Because it looked good. We want to be seen as the most spiritual women in the world, but we don't understand how we're giving so much of our spirit to a god that don't even have nothing to do with us. Zeus. The fuck? Sex, war, hostility, violence. What? Black women, the mothers and the nurturers, the goddesses and queens, the blueprint. Make it make sense. Because the black women who are actually trying can't hold it down for the large collective who ain't doing shit. All that, well, not all black women watch that, we know. I'm up here speaking for the ones that don't. Because every time we get online and say, or every time we turn up our nose and say, no, we don't want to partake in that activity, we get looked at funny. We get called stuck up. We get called bougie. We get called a pick me saying we doing too much because we don't want to turn our ass up in the air with you. No. And then what's crazy is you ain't just not even out here fighting white people and shit. You not out here fighting crime. You fighting each other. But then you got the nerve to want to get online and talk about who is and what ain't anti-black woman. But y'all be online watching black women fight each other for fun? For fun? Y'all literally fight each other in grocery stores? For fun? Over niggas? Oh, but black men are anti-black women. Oh, me coming online telling black women to stop wearing bonnets and pajamas outside is anti-black woman. But y'all bitches can sit up and watch bitches fight all day. Oh, well, I don't know anybody who does that. And that stuff don't come across my timeline. Stop fucking lying. The way y'all gaslight people is crazy. The way y'all gaslight is crazy. Black women will gaslight Jesus. Black women will gaslight the most fucking high. You know what I'm saying? That's why all black women are going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because you're liars. You be paying monthly subscription. The only reason why these networks exist and these people are famous, excuse me, people like Christiane Rock and whoever these other girls are, the reason why they're famous is because black women find them entertaining. This shit ain't even a part of these other people's cultures. Black women will sit up and share videos of white women and Chinese women and Arabian women being spoiled and looking feminine by their men. But these women ain't out here promoting their women fighting each other. Black women are. That's not feminine. Why should somebody want to put diamonds on your arm? That's not fucking feminine. Oh, but black women don't have the opportunity to be feminine. We literally the fuck do. And at one point, black women were the most conservative and feminine women in America. I can't quite tell you where the disconnect came. I'm still doing my research. I can't quite tell you where the disconnect came, where it became so degenerate. I'm still thinking it's when they let the foreigners over here, they let niggas who look like us come over here and they brought their own degenerate culture. I don't know really what's going on. But y'all done lost y'all fucking marbles. Black women are tearing up the black community. The children are fucking horrible. The children are fucking horrible. And the fact that a lot of them are being raised in single mother households, and what's crazy is single father households statistically do better than single mother households. However, single mother households are more prevalent. It's super crazy. But you let women tell it, we the best thing since sliced bread. That can't be true. It just can't be true. Like I said, black women today, modern black women, they are the black men that they complain about. We create the most broken households. The most. Over 56% of black women in America have multiple baby daddies. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all aren't embarrassed yet? We not embarrassed to go to baby showers by ourselves? Because I can almost guarantee you, before you laid down and conceived that baby, you knew that you was going to be the only one at that baby shower. Because we're not moving with intention. We just doing shit. Black women, we don't date and use discernment and divination to define whether or not this is my husband or the father of my child. We say, oh, he look good. He got money. I'm going to let him get me pregnant. And then we act brand new when he's not a father. Okay? Because there was no intention. There was no discernment. You just went in there because you was trying to get up on the next bitch. You was trying to look like, oh, I had his baby. I'm the woman in his life. No, ma'am. Black women got it so fucking backwards. And we wonder why. We wonder why we go through so much. And I can't deal with it. It's literally, like I said, it's the delusion of illusion. Black women have created an illusion of who we are. And we got so delusional around it that we're trying to force and make other people obligated into accepting it. Okay? Like on Pop the Balloon, this one girl, this brother came out. He said, he popped her balloon. She had on a wig and some makeup. And he was like, I prefer my woman natural. And she went off on him. And she was like, how do you know I'm not natural? My body is natural. I don't have to have natural hair to be natural. Yes, you do. See, the issue with black women is we want everything to be so inclusive that we'll rewrite words just to make ourselves fit in. When he says that he wanted a natural black woman, he meant he wanted a natural black woman with a natural body, natural hair, and a natural face. You came up here in a wig and a face full of fucking makeup. He was not talking about you. But you got offended. And instead of saying, you know what? I'm not your type. I respect that you got offended because, and for whatever reason, black women feel like we're supposed to be accepted by everybody. She started telling him what she was, even though she wasn't. You're not a natural black woman. You're not. You're a hair hat hyena. And you just expose yourself. Okay? Nobody is obligated to find you attractive because you are a black woman. No one is obligated to want you because you are a black woman. There are types of black women. We are not all the same. Okay? So trying to group all black women in a group as if we are all the same is super fucking annoying. You are a wig wearer. I am not. He does not want you. Okay? Why is it so hard for black women to find their lane? If somebody don't want you, they don't want you. Go to where you are wanted. Instead of trying to force yourself in the eye of a needle when you know you too fucking big. But again, that goes back to black women being bullies. And instead of just saying, you know what, as a feminine woman would, this is not my place, this isn't my environment, this is not my space, let me remove myself and go where I want it, she starts to do the masculine thing and she starts forcing herself. She starts bullying people. She starts making people feel obligated. Oh, well, it's other people who want me. Go to them then. Go to them. Like on another episode of Pot the Balloon, the brother, he was a big obese black woman came out. Brother Pot the Balloon, he said, I prefer my women to be fit. Oh, it's men who love me and all my curves, baby. I love me, baby. I love me. The nigga never said you didn't love yourself. He just said he wanted a fit woman. What's with the attitude? What's with the offense? That's a sign of insecurity. Now you have to overcompensate because he didn't choose you, because you only subject yourself around niggas who like fat, obese women. Okay, you thought that every nigga around you was going to be like that, and that's not the case. You'd have been put in the presence of a man who has standards and boundaries. And a lot of black women do not like men or other black women with standards and boundaries. Oh, well, I love me. He never said you didn't love you. Obviously, you love being fat because you wouldn't be fat if you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. And you for damn sure wouldn't be on a dating show on public TV for everybody to see you. Obviously, you love being fat. Just take your L, he don't want to be with you, and go to the next nigga who want a fat bitch. But again, black women want to force people to accept them. Oh, there ain't nothing wrong with me because it's niggas who want me all the time. Then why you on a dating show looking for a man if you get men all the time? It's just crazy. They'll say anything to not just convince themselves, but try to convince you. And that's a very masculine thing, to try to force yourself in a space where you're just simply not wanted. That's like me as a dark-skinned person trying to force brothers who are not, attracted to dark-skinned women to want me, getting upset, yelling at them. You think me getting upset at a nigga who don't like dark-skinned women is going to make him like dark-skinned women? It's not. It's not. You cannot force somebody to find you attractive. And the thing is, with black people, we have gotten into this mindset of, because for so long historically we were victims and we had to fight for everything, and we kind of take this mindset everywhere we go now, here in 2026. So we victimize everything in our lives instead of just saying, you know what, this isn't my lane. Okay, you're not a victim because somebody don't want you. Okay, it's just not your lane. Go to where you are. I said that on a video, and this one girl was like, well, why do black women have to have our own lane when other women don't? Other women do. The issue with black women is that you're always trying to put yourself in somebody else's lane. This is the reason why black women spend billions of dollars a year on wigs and weaves and lashes, because you're too busy trying to be in another woman lane instead of being a black woman. You want to be like a Latino woman. You want to be like a white woman. Oh, but they ain't got to be in their lane. These bitches aren't going to stores buying afro wigs to look like us. You're buying hair to look like them. Black women are the blueprint. These bitches ain't out here moving like us. Y'all moving like them. Black women said, fuck Afrocentrism. I want to look Eurocentric. And then we'll turn around and say that we the blueprint. How the fuck you got on a wig talking about we the blueprint? It makes no sense. Saying stuff just to make yourself feel better don't make it true. It don't. It don't make it true. And that's the thing that black women have done. We say stuff just to make ourselves feel better. Just like that post that went viral saying that the birth rates for black women have gone down. That shit got over 17,000 shares and hella comments. I'm reading the comments, going through all the profiles. All the black women are like, yay, we're no longer having these men's babies. We're done with men. Everybody got kids. I'm clicking on everybody's profile. Everybody got kids. I go and do my little research. Completely false. Black women will create false narratives and begin to promote it, because instead of accepting our reality that we popping out babies every time Dick and Harry every fucking day, and saying, you know what, how about we just stop doing this? How about we just cease and actually lower the birth rates? We just create fake narratives and push it. And then we'll yell at you and bully you when you say it's not true. The same thing they did with the whole black women are the most educated in America. No, the fuck black women are not. Never have been. But whenever you say that, oh, you hate black women. How do I hate black women? By telling you something that you can just Google. Whenever you correct a black woman, it's always anti-black woman. Because black women feel as if, oh, lie to us. Lie to us. Lie. Tell us what we want to hear. And if you don't, you hate us. Let me explain something to y'all. It's really getting to the point where nobody really gives a fuck about what black women say no more. All of this victimization and woe is me, and y'all coming up here with the shaming language and pretending to be oh so woke. Nobody's hearing that shit no more. Okay, we're tired of the aggression. Okay, if black women gonna complain, let's complain about these other black women who are presenting themselves poorly as black women, who's putting out false stereotypes amongst the entire collective. How about we start talking about these bitches who's fighting in Target and Walmart? How about we start talking about the bitches on Zeus Network? How about we get that entire network shut down because it makes black women as a whole look bad? We can't, because a lot of y'all gonna lose y'all entertainment. That's the only time that you sit down and spend time with your kids, is when you're watching chaotic episodes and shows like Baddies. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm making stuff up. It's all in my head. You know, maybe none of this is real. Maybe none of this is real. Maybe I'm just lying on black women. You know, they say folks just love lying on black women. It ain't true. You know, it's just, it's absurd. It's really absurd when you look at the things, when you look at the health statistics when it comes to black women, how we're leading in reproductive health issues, we're leading in obesity in America. It's too many things that black women, we need to check that we can't check, because whenever you bring it up, it's always, oh, y'all don't really care about black women. Y'all just want to talk about, y'all remember when they was talking about black women being the most obese, and all the fat girls got online talking about why do y'all suddenly care about black women? Hold the fuck on. What do you mean suddenly care? Black women complain online every day about not being seen or heard. Now somebody sees us and we don't like it. And then I think what the issue is, black women don't like that people see us for who we are, not for who we try to force them to be. So who we try to force ourselves to be. So black women want people to acknowledge us as queens and goddesses, not as the hyenas and the debauchery that we present ourselves to be. Like when Lily Gaddis, that racist ass white girl, came up here and she was in blackface and she had the bonnet and the nails and stuff on. Black women got mad. Yes, it was racist. I thought it was hilarious because she wasn't lying per se with what she was saying. It was just hella racist. Like, you shouldn't have did that. But she wasn't lying. And all the black women were in the comments like, that's not us. That's not who we are. Wait a minute. Because just a month prior, y'all bitches was online talking about it shouldn't be nothing wrong with wearing bonnets and pajamas outside because wearing bonnets is a part of our culture. Now that Lily Gaddis associated black women with wearing nothing but bonnets, it's not true. That's not who we are. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? What's going on? Also, you guys, make sure you guys check out my YouTube page, because there's obviously an obese black woman watching this live and she's like reporting it. Make sure you guys check out my YouTube page. All of my lives do get uploaded to my YouTube. I am going to start going live on YouTube as well, because you can say a little bit more. TikTok is a little bit more restricted. But I do have long form videos breaking down the whole obesity issue when it comes to black women. I talk about it from a spiritual perspective as well as a psychological perspective, and a community perspective as well. I talk about the whole bed winching, the divester. I break that down from a historical perspective, a spiritual and a psychological perspective, why so many black women feel like it's okay to say, fuck black men, white men love us better. That is a complete lie. I actually saw today on Twitter where this black woman was like, I've never been disrespected by a white, no, she said, I've never felt unsafe around a white man before. Bitch, we have a whole history of being unsafe around white men. It's just a type of performances that black women put on to just shit on the entire community, to shit on black men, just to uplift and pedestalize the white man, which my goal, Prophetess Eve, is to dismantle this entire system that black women have created with the white man. It will be dismantled. Okay, because y'all hoes is fucking up the community. Definitely make sure you guys check out my YouTube. Oh, thank you. Check out my YouTube, because I do definitely go into deeper detail there. They're not able to do as much reporting because, again, YouTube is a bit more lenient than TikTok. However, it ain't gonna stop the message. Okay? It ain't gonna stop the message. Over 60% of black women in America are obese. And I like to line this up because every time I see fights and I see black women fight, and it's always either a bonnet or it's an obese bitch, or an obese bitch in a bonnet. Okay, it's something that ties obesity and public image with the aggression and the intimidation that a lot of black women operate through. That's why I tell black women all the time, if you don't want to be associated with that type of energy, watch how you step outside. Okay, Watch how you look when you go outside. Watch how you speak. You know what I'm saying? Just watch yourself as a woman. Tap more into that feminine energy. Be softer. Be a little bit more nicer. Be personable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like black women, not because we're black or because we're women, but because we have nasty, fucked up attitudes. Okay, watch your attitude when you're out in public. Nobody owes you a fuck thing. Okay, and the issue with black women is we don't just extend our attitudes towards white people. It's also extended towards other black people as well. It's like we ain't got no filter on who we mistreat. Okay, so with that being said, if you don't want to be associated with this type of energy, stop going outside in your pajamas and your bonnets, because people are going to think you're dirty. Why? Because most black women who go outside in pajamas and bonnets, they're always fighting, they're always dirty, they're always mean, they're always loud and aggressive. It is what it is. Folks don't want to accept it for what it is. It is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. We have to be very mindful of how we show up outside. We have to be very mindful of just how we are. We have to be very attentive and aware of our behaviors. A lot of the black woman's behaviors are masculine. And when you bring them up and you say, hey, well, the type of music we listen to, or, you know, the foods that we eat, or the way that we carry ourselves, it always turns into, oh, well, that's just how I am. What's wrong with that? Okay, well, bitch, how you are is fucking masculine. And it's the reason why you're not seen as a feminine woman. It's like black women, we just want to force people to we just want to force people to see us as something without having to take on that responsibility. And that's just not how it works. And we're going to continue to be victims, and we're going to continue to complain and complain and complain. And people are just going to get tired of hearing our voices, because I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of it. If black women don't have the opportunity to be feminine, it's because the other black women around us are really taking those opportunities away from us by showing up as hyenas and degenerates in public. No, we don't need Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was a coon, if you ask me. She created perms so that we could look more like white women. Absolutely not. We don't need no Madam C.J. Walkers. There's other black women in history that I'm pretty sure that we can look up to outside of Madam C.J. Walker. I'm thinking she part of the reason as to why black women like to walk around in them fucking hair hats. No. That's the hate for the natural hair is a whole curse that is taking forever to unwind. Because when it comes to the whole mindset surrounding natural hair, black women, we have so many excuses, such as, oh, we was never taught to do our natural hair. Oh, some of us just don't look good with our natural hair. Oh, black men don't like natural hair. Oh, white people created laws against natural hair. Anything outside of saying, you know what, I as a black woman just don't like my hair. That's the reason why we spend billions of dollars a year on weaves and wigs. Instead of taking accountability, we blame it on everybody else. Okay, that's another thing. Some of the biggest haters of natural hair is black women. Exactly. I don't trust black women who seek out for white male validation. I don't. Like, I was at work and I was telling my little coworker, we were talking, and I was like, girl, what is it about me? Because for whatever reason, something about me. And one of my coworkers told me it was because I was dark skinned and a little bit different. But I attract, like, when I'm out in public, white men just love me. They just for whatever reason, they just love me. I don't know what it is. I'm super Afrocentric, natural hair popping. White men just love me. Even my homegirl, she was like, girl, why do white men just love you so much? I don't know, white men fucking love me for whatever reason. And I was telling my coworker this. I was like, girl, I don't know why these white men be on me. I do not want no cracker man. She was like, I wish I had that. I said, I had what? You wish you had what? She was like, I only attract niggas. I said, okay, you're a nigga. She was like, yeah, but I want to attract something different. I said, a white man isn't different. Oh, why do black women feel like white men is so different from niggas? A white man is not different. When black women say they want something different from a black man, they always go to white men. Y'all do realize there's other races of men that exist too, right? That's how I know a lot of this shit is nothing but bullshit, and it's also historical trauma. Okay, because why do y'all just want to rush to a white man? Out of all the races of men in the world, you think a white man gonna make it better? It makes absolutely no sense to me. You know, but she's all like, oh, I wish. I told her, I said, girl, you can have these crackers. You know what I'm saying? You can have them if it's that big of a deal to you. But when I look at her and I look at me and how I present myself and how she presents herself, you come to work every day in a bonnet and booty shorts, and it's fucking cold outside. I see why you only attract nothing but niggas. Because black men not even looking at you neither. You only attract niggas. There ain't nobody checking for no bitch like you. You got on bonnet and booty shorts. Yeah, they do it as a vendetta against black men. Like, even, it don't even be as far as them needing to just be with the white man. A black woman that has a mixed child feel like she's above other black people. The white man ain't even got to be in the picture. Bitch, you know how much of a fuck up you are to get with the white man, have his baby, and he's still not be in the picture? You could have just stayed with the nigga. If you was just gonna end up a baby mama anyway, you did it all backwards. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You ain't even required a crack to fucking marry you. You just had his baby just to say you got a little half crack of baby. Bitches, you don't. Don't nobody give a fuck about you and that recessive baby. No offense to my mixed people. I'm just being real. Don't nobody give a fuck about you and your half black, half white baby. The fuck? Real niggas don't care. But you just think you so high in sedity. I would feel like you are high in sedity if you had that baby by a rich cracker and you was being paid. Like, if you gonna winch correctly, because like I said, I done read a story where some of them bed wenches that was sleeping with them white slave masters and was getting pregnant with their baby was also being granted freedom and property. A lot of these black slave owners that existed were mulattoes, okay? They daddies were slave owners. They inherited that shit from their paws, okay? So if you gonna wench, at least wench correctly. What's the point in wenching saying black men ain't shit, they ain't nothing but broke just to go and get you a broke cracker? What's the point in saying black men create nothing but broken homes just to go and get pregnant by a cracker who didn't marry you? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. So you went and did some nigga shit with the original nigga, when you could have just stayed here with your own people. That's how I know, like I said, it's just historical trauma. All of this black men hate us. Black men would have kept us in slavery if it was up to them. I'm so happy that black women think that white men just sat up and said, oh my God, we love black women so much. Let's just free them. Let's free them. That's not how the conversation went, wenches. It didn't go that way. Okay? That's not how the conversation went. All right? At all. It was more black men, committing these unalivings of the white man and setting plantations on fire than it was black women. Let's stop. Let's stop. Y'all can keep bringing up Harriet the fuck Tubman all day. Name somebody else. Okay? Let's stop. The black man has always been the protector and the provider, and the black woman has always been the healer and the nurturer. We were always at home taking care of the household and the children while the black man fought and protected his family. Okay? But like I said, according to these black feminists, the black man didn't do nothing during slavery but lay on his back and smoke weed, while the black woman was picking cotton for massa. The black man didn't do shit. You let a black woman tell it. It's just disgusting how the enemies of our community look just like us. And it's so hard sometimes to tell who is who because of the masks that a lot of black women will put on. They'll put on a mask and then you'll find maybe a week or two or a month or even a year later that they are not who they say they are. They don't really stand for the community. Like I said, if you don't stand for the community, you are an enemy of the community. If you are anti-black man, you are anti-black community and also anti-black child. A lot of y'all, for y'all to be anti-black men, y'all sure do got black sons. So it's fuck your son too, right? Keep that same energy. It's fuck your son too, right? Oh, okay. Fuck that little nigga. He ain't shit like his daddy that you chose. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. You let black women tell it. They brag about when they find out they're pregnant with little boys, unaliving it. What? 10 years ago, these conversations is something that we'd be like, oh, that sounds like some cracker shit. Black women weren't holding these type conversations. What you mean, unaliving a little? We love kids too much. Bring that baby over here. Now black women bragging about unaliving babies? I thought we were the most healing and nurturing race of people, but we're bragging about unaliving children? Simply because we don't like their gender? Black women? You know what they're doing? They following behind they cracker counterparts. Black women trying to be like white women. You want to look like them. You want their man. You want their babies. You want all of this. So you'll even shit on the black community just to get close to white proximity. Wow. The most educated group in America. That's why I said I feel like white women need to stand up for their men. White women need to start making content talking about how black women, you know, and I gave them permission to use the hard R, how black women need to stop saying that white men love them more, because that's not true. They need to call them wenches and tell them to stick to their own kind. That's what they need to do. Because black women done lost their motherfucking mind. It's not even enough black women walking around with white men for black women to be talking about white men treat us better, please. And a lot of you bitches is fat. White men don't like no fat bitch. White men don't like no fat bitch. But you up here talking. It was this one girl, she a little fat black girl. She made a post talking about, oh, where are all the white men who like black girls? Post your face in the comments. She got 0 comments. White men don't like no fat bitch. So if he don't like no fat white bitch, what make you think he gonna want a fat black bitch? What make you think he gonna? I told y'all the statistics. The reason why, and black men hate when I say this, but 45% of white women in America are obese. Over 60% of black women in America are obese. The reason being is because a lot of the way black women carry themselves and white women carry themselves is surrounded by what their men like, okay? White men don't like no fat women, so you're not going to find a lot of fat white women. Black men don't give a fuck about a woman being fat and nasty and obese, so it's okay. You're going to see a lot of obese black women because a lot of women, their standards are going to be enforced around what it is that the man wants, okay? So when black men stop supporting the obesity issue, then maybe we might see black, because every time you turn around, a black woman, she fat as hell. Yeah. No, I'm being dead ass, baby. Because every time you listen to a black woman's reason for why she's fat is, oh, these niggas will still fuck me. Y'all are the reason. Y'all are the reason, because these niggas will still fuck me. White men have a requirement when it comes to who they will fuck. Black men will fuck whoever gives them pussy. Okay, and that right there is the issue. There is no requirement for a black man to fuck you. As long as you're willing to fuck a nigga, he will fuck you. Okay, white men, they find fat women to be disgusting. It is this white man on my page, and some of y'all know him. He's a fitness influencer. He be finding all the videos of these fat, obese white people complaining and crying for people not accepting them for being fat, and he's like, it's your fault. Go to the gym. You're lazy. He be reading them because in white culture, that shit's not okay. Being fat and unhealthy and nasty is just not normal for them. And the people and part of their culture who take that on, okay, they get shamed for it. In our culture, it's not the same. It's not the same. Okay, black men love them a fat woman. Just do. They just do. So you're gonna see more fat black women because there's gonna always be a nigga who's willing to fuck her. And as long as there is a nigga that's willing to fuck a fat black woman, she does not feel the need to change. And Daryl, we already know, like, I'm going to tell you the same exact thing that I tell black women, okay? You don't have to state what's common sense. You don't have to state it's not all black women. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it, okay? But oftentimes you find when people have to reiterate not all black people or not all black men or not all women, it's because it somehow applies to them as well. So if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, however, majority black men do promote it. We see it in the music. We see it in the videos. We see it online. I literally just posted a video yesterday about it and the comments, okay? Black men in general love them a fat ass woman. It really doesn't matter what the race. I asked a question on Facebook. I said, who likes fat ass white women more? Jamaican black men or niggas from the country? And it was a tie between niggas from the country and Jamaican black women because there's this culture around black men, especially from certain areas, specifically liking them a big old woman, especially a big old white woman. That's not something that you're seeing. No other race of man promotes a fat woman but black men. If you literally step back and you look at all other races of men, maybe Hispanic, maybe the Mexicans, okay? But all other races of men, the Indian women are skinny, the white women are skinny, the Asian women are skinny because this is what their men require of their women. It's a part of what they require in a feminine woman. Black men do not hold those same requirements. Black men do not hold those same requirements for when it comes to the women in our community. Okay? So if it's a fat bitch and she can cook and she giving you a place to stay and she willing to fuck you, a lot of niggas will take that as an opportunity. He doesn't give a fuck about the fact that she's obese and this isn't going to age well. He could care less. Okay? She's giving him ass. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. And that has a lot to do with the fact that the black community as a whole, not just black women, but black men as well, we suffer from hypersexuality. A lot of us are extremely degenerate and hypersexual. And until we as both genders look at the areas where we're fucking up, nothing is going to change. A lot of black women, and not just putting the blame on black men, because again, it is a black woman's fault that she's so fucking male-centered, but a lot of black women do not feel like they have to lose weight because they find incentive in a man fucking them. They find incentive in a man fucking them, so I don't have to lose weight. Ain't nothing wrong being fat. A nigga still fuck me. Oh, a big girl must have stole your nigga. A big girl must have stole your nigga. Because a nigga will still fuck them. They're not going to talk about the quality of the niggas. They're not going to talk about the fact that the only niggas that's fucking them is these skinny ass black ugly niggas that don't nobody else want. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to talk about the conversations that a lot of these men are having, calling them easy, and the only reason why they fuck them is because they're easy. They're not going to hold those conversations because at the end of the day, they're getting sexual validation from some black man somewhere. And until y'all create the conversation amongst yourselves as a gender, as a black male group, and say, hey, bro, stop fucking on women who are unhealthy. Hey, bro, set more requirements for who you lay down with. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. Okay? Over 60% of black women in America are fucking obese. And that's not going to change until black men have requirements around who they give their body to, who they give their dick and especially their seed to. Okay? I can get online and yell at black women for having every time dick and hairy baby. But it's getting to the point to where somebody got to get online and yell at the niggas for planting their seed in every Susie and Sally. Okay? So at some point, we got to just make better decisions as a fucking group of people. Because it's a lot of retards getting retards pregnant. You know, so it's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it says a lot. And Kevin Samuels did try. It says a lot in you as a woman to put the sexual validation of a male before your health and your hygiene. Okay? Black women think that just because a man wants her, that means that she's healthy. It does not. Okay? It does not. That's not what that means. Okay? You have to take care of yourself, because regardless of whether you're obese or whether you are fit, guess what? I'm gonna tell you something. You probably never knew this, but I'm gonna tell you this. A nigga will still fuck you. Did you know that a man will still fuck you whether you are obese or healthy? But can we start talking about the quality of men now? Because your quality is going to raise once you get a little bit more healthier. All right? Ain't no fucking obese, nasty bitch. And we was having this conversation on Facebook. Ain't no big obese woman attracting no healthy man. Because ain't no healthy man about to live up under no big obese bitch. It's just not happening. But a lot of the behaviors that black women take on is surrounded around male validation. But the men that we are trying to be validated by, you guys are talking about the very small pool of black men. And then you're taking this small pool of black men and you're applying them to the entire pool, and that's completely wrong. Okay? Again, our behaviors are rearranging our life to attract what it is that we're getting. Okay? I was trying to explain to this girl, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in a major city. I'm not really seeing a lot of rich niggas walking around with no obese woman. And she's like, oh, well, I've seen it before. I'm not doubting that you haven't seen it before. But we're not going to inflate what you've seen and make it seem as if it's something that we see all the time, because it's fucking not. For all we know, he could have been with that woman since before he got rich. But a nigga with money, a nigga with options, he's not chasing no big fat obese bitch. Now, with that being said, does that mean that he still does not find big women to be a fetish? Yeah, a nigga will trick on a big obese bitch. He'll go on them little websites and find him a fat woman to go sit on his face in secret. Nobody know about it. And then he'll go back to his skinny woman. But he ain't about to take her home and be seen out in public with her, no. I be seeing what y'all be doing on fucking TikTok. Why you think the adult industry is being flooded with obese women? And this is another one of the reasons why I got out. For those of you who don't know, I used to be a part of the adult entertainment industry. When I was transitioning out of that industry, Here in Atlanta, it was so many fat black women getting into the industry because this is during COVID, okay? So a lot of women, everybody trying to make money. So a lot of fat ass black women were getting into the industry. They were coming to the studio, they were making these videos, they were at all of these events. I'm like, where the fuck are these fat bitches coming from? They began to flood the adult industry in Atlanta. And I stepped back and I said, y'all be the same bitches that be talking about a nigga still fuck you. Mississippi, now I gotta learn your real name because I've been knowing you too long not to know your name. We know you love BBWs. Yeah, it was horrible around the pandemic. It was horrible. I'm just like, where the fuck is all these fat bitches coming from? Darien, okay. But one thing I also noticed, especially here in Atlanta, fat bitches do quite a few things. They either went into the adult entertainment industry, they became studs, or they started doing that weirdo septum ring theory shit where they started being a they them. It was one of the three. They either did corn, they became a stud or a dyke, or they did the whole septum ring theory shit where they was on that they them shit. I'm like, what's going on with fat women? Do we just not have an identity? Hey, maybe if we just take on health and losing weight, we ain't gotta stretch ourselves thin across these different dumbass platforms. We is friends on Facebook, ain't we? But ain't your name still Mississippi Now on Facebook? Yeah, a lot of them do have sex for male validation. I feel like what's happening is they'll either force it by going into the corn industry because, again, there's a lot of men in that industry who will fuck them for views because they have access, or they become studs when they realize the male validation isn't as frequent as they see with other women, or they become they them, so they completely disidentify with being a woman because they just haven't accepted who they are. And instead of accepting who they are and changing where they find necessary, they just say, you know what, I'm a they them, I'm nobody. You know, it's never a point where they're actually trying to sit and find themselves. They're either going to convince themselves it's okay to be fat. See, a man will fuck me. Also, join my OnlyFans. Or, I don't fuck with men. Or, I'm not a woman. That's why I say black women just lose weight. To go ahead and just go ahead and rid ourselves of all the confusion, lose weight. Oh, hell yeah, you sleeping with 9 other men. But see, that's that validation. You know, it makes them feel validated just for men to sleep with them. Because honestly, if a lot of these BBWs, if they weren't offering up no throat or no ass, they wouldn't have any conversations from a man. This whole idea that, oh, we're all women, men approach everybody, all of us, is a lie. A lot of women do not get approached unless they are offering something. And it's just, it is what it is. Okay, a lot of women, thank you, Ty, a lot of women don't get approached unless they are offering something. A lot of women will never speak to a man unless they are offering up their throat or their ass. And this is the reason why I say a lot of women get pregnant and keep babies as souvenirs, proof that a man actually fucked with them before. Okay, but a lot of women do not have men just beating down their block. Absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's why a lot of them BBWs be abusive as fuck. That's why a lot of them BBWs get with men that they can beat on and get with men that they can control. That's the reason why they'll buy a man. You can come and live with her for free. She'll always feed you. You can drive her motherfucking car. Because that right there is the control mechanism. Because if he tries to leave her, she takes away everything that she has given him. That's lose weight so you can attract a better fucking a better life. Not just in men, just in opportunities. But there's a reason why you see BBWs, and again, it's not me saying all BBWs, but this is something that is a common narrative with them because so many people have seen it before. Okay, so it's not a lie. Okay, we've all seen it before. A lot of these BBWs will max out their bank account on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a control mechanism to say, look, a nigga's here. A nigga's here. Look, a nigga wanted me. Yeah, you're buying him, bitch. If you weren't buying him, would he be there? Let's be for real. Yep, it's all cope. I love being feminine in shape, and bigger black women are so nasty towards me. They're very nasty towards you. And they're going to be nasty towards you because, again, especially if you are a black woman, what they're doing is they're seeing a mirror, but they're not quite seeing themselves. Again, black women, we are not supposed to be feminine. We're not supposed to be in shape. We're not supposed to be disciplined. So when you go around the majority of black women, the collective of black women who have this mindset, and you are disciplined, you are feminine, you have to understand you as a black woman are considered a rare gem. And when you're showing up in front of all of these unrefined diamonds, they're looking at you like you an enemy of them. Well, black women, we supposed to be big, and they got to remind you, oh, a nigga will still fuck me. They gonna always have to remind you a nigga will fuck them. Girl, we know. Bitch, damn. Can you get a nigga to do something more than lay you down? Like, like, you know, it's okay in the black community to come at fit people or smaller, thin people and say, oh, you look sick. You look like you on drugs. You look like this, that, and the other. But, yo, you can't call a black woman fat. Watch how all hell break loose. Tell a black woman she obese. Oh, boy. She gonna lie like hell on her doctor. And she gonna say, well, my doctor told me that I'm healthy. I can't stand when obese people do that when they say, oh, my doctor told me I'm healthy. Why do y'all lie on y'all doctors? You know, why do y'all do that? Y'all doctor ain't told you you was healthy at your size. Just lie. And instead of taking accountability and saying, you know what, I am obese, I need to work on it, they lie. And say, oh, well, not all obese people are unhealthy. Yes, all obese people are unhealthy because obesity is a medical illness. Since when is an illness not... When has the illnesses become healthy? Okay? The thing that black women have to understand is we can't keep going around claiming to be healers, but we have yet to heal ourselves. You can't do that. That's not how that works. You know? You can't claim to be a healer, but you can't even heal something mundane as losing weight. Healing your generational curse and connection to food, your emotional connection to food. That's something that's light work on this realm. If you can't heal your connection to food, light work on this realm, you hold no power in the spiritual realm. You mean to tell me that fasting for 7 days is too fucking much for you because you love food that fucking much, but you want somebody to see you as a fucking healer and a spiritual person? Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not trying to hear that mess. We're too big. We're too big as a people. And this is the reason why everything is aligned. This is the reason why the black household is so fucked up. The black woman is the spiritual provider of the black household. The spiritual provider and protector. Okay? Not only are we supposed to spiritually protect our household, but physically we're supposed to heal our household. That means you're supposed to heal just about every sickness that come across your front doorstep, and your child and your husband, not just sicknesses, but mental illnesses, spiritual illnesses. You should be able to heal that. But it's too many black women who don't have that type of energy because, again, we're raised to be single mothers and bad bitches, not wives. We're raised just to carry a man baby, you know, because he shouldn't got you pregnant at the end of the motherfucking day. And it is what it is. There is no hole. You know, just because you are a mom and you can have a baby don't mean that you are a mother. You don't know how to heal. You don't know how to nurture. None of that. A lot of these black women who are mothers are fucking mean. Listen to how they talk to their children. I fast for 7 hours between every... Me too. Me too. I actually don't eat until 12 p.m. And then I'll eat at 12 p.m. I'll eat again at 6. If I remember. Sometimes I might just do a whole meal a day. And it might be a real big meal. But it might take me like some hours to eat it. So I'll probably eat half and I might eat it again later, a couple hours later. But that'll be it for me. But I drink a lot. Like, I love teas. I love lattes. I love like water. I'll take some water and load it up with my vitamins and whatever else. But, you know. How you talk to your children tells me everything I need to know about. Oh, absolutely. And I say this all the time. And I'm going to tell you guys another thing. On the note of that, I say this all the time. If they talk to their child funny, do not let them be around your child in private because they're going to talk to your child the same way. But another thing I want to tell you guys as well. Be mindful of the women that you allow to watch your children, especially your black sons. Entirely too many black men, and we all know this to be a fact, have stories of losing their virginity at very young ages to older women that were babysitting them. Entirely too many black men. Entirely too many black men have this story, okay? That means there is far more creeps in our community amongst black women than we are willing to talk about. Okay? And that's not okay. You have to be mindful who you allow to watch your children. Because just because they are a woman does not mean they worth shit. Because a lot of these women are creeps and they attract male creeps and they creep on your children. Okay? We got to stop having kids and letting them stay with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Because that's how abuse takes place. And let me express something to you. A person can watch how you talk to your child, how you raise your child, how you treat your child, and they'll determine if they're able to do that too. Okay? If you don't come off as a type of a mother or even father who will set this whole world on fire about yours, people will take that as an opportunity to take advantage of your child. Okay? It's way too many of y'all who are too lenient with your children, where they stay with, who they stay with, and who they are around. You are. You're entirely too fucking lenient. And people take that as opportunity to take advantage of your child. You need to be so in your child business, in your child face, that they afraid to go to the bathroom without telling you what they going in there for and what they did while they was in there. Okay, my mom used to tell me if we stayed with somebody and we wasn't able to spend the night with nobody, it could be family. Whoever we came back from, she would say, look me in my eyes. I'm like, oh my God. And she'll say, did anyone touch you? And if you lie to me, I'm going to beat your ass. I used to be so scared. I'm like, Dad, Mama, I promise you, Mama, ain't nobody touch me. Mama, ain't nobody did nothing to me. And she would make sure. She would make sure. When you went over there, did anybody ask you to sit in their lap? You know, and it's kind of like we got to get back to that. There was this story on Facebook this girl shared where she came home. She went to work. She used to let her gay best friend watch her son. She went to work. She had to come home one day early because she had to get something. She forgot something from work. Walked in the house, and her gay best friend and her son was also, and he was standing in front of her son with his, and when she walked in and saw it, she was like, what are you guys doing? What's going on? She was like, oh, I was trying to show him how to use the bathroom while you're standing in the, and he had his phone out like he was recording. But while you're standing in the bedroom, the bathroom is over there. She makes a whole post about it and posts it online. But this is what I'm talking about right here. Why are you just letting your child stay with any Tom, Dick, and motherfucking Harry? Now your child done got assaulted. Ain't no telling how often he's been being assaulted because you at work and you putting too much trust in a punk. We don't know why this nigga a punk. Somebody probably did it to him. But you letting this man, because you so fucking trusting, and a lot of these baby mamas that be having, they don't give a damn who you is. As long as you showing them some type of help, they gonna open up to you. You let your child stay here and get assaulted. You let your child get assaulted. Because instead of moving with discernment, you just said, fuck it, I need a break. Just take him. Just take him. Just pushing it off on anybody. Just pushing him off on anybody. A little black boy. And we don't know how often that's been happening. Hey there, old car lover. Exactly. That's why I believe in black women being housewives. You should not have no baby until you're a wife and you willing and you able to be in that house all the time with your baby. Because people only do stuff like that to folks' children when they feel like they can. When they feel like they can. You walked in the house and your gay best friend is standing there with your son. And the little boy might have been like, what, 4 or 5 years old. He wasn't that old. He was a young boy. Now, how often does this happen? These same exact women who scream, I didn't know, I didn't know, I didn't know, will turn around and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different babies by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different men. You don't know if number 2, number 3, and number 4 are all creeps. But you got them all around your kids. You don't know if this man is impregnating you just because he want to get access to your other kids. You don't know what's going on. But again, as a woman, when you move in with no discernment, no intention, and you just want to be in a nigga face, you just got your kids up for fucking grabs. Anybody here have them. It's not fair. A lot of these women are creeps. Y'all heard about that black woman who sold her little girl, was she 4 or 5? To that black man. And he raped her and then unalived her and then unalived himself. Black woman sold her baby that she carried and birthed into this earth and watched over for 4 or 5 years to a random nigga on the street. And he raped her and unalived her. Same day. Where is the care for these black children? And that's just only a few cases. This is happening a lot. I need you guys to look at the statistics. I need you guys to look at what's really going on in these single mother households. There's a lot of black children, even here in Atlanta, that are just flooding the streets. Yup. They're flooding the streets. These little black kids. If you in Atlanta, you go over by, like, what is it, Greenbrier Mall and some other places. Them kids, they flood. I'm like, where the fuck is y'all parents? They all black kids. Where are y'all parents? This girl just posted a video crying because she was trying to buy, and I hate this, and I love the babies, but I'll never be buying water from the water boys again, ever. The water boys came to sell her some water. Well, she gave her, like an idiot, she gave her phone to one of the water boys so that they can send $1 to themselves. These little motherfuckers sent $1,100 to themselves. Wipe that lady out. Wipe that lady out. Now, normally when you're driving in Atlanta and the water boys come to sell you some water, you don't necessarily need no water, but you don't want the baby to be out here selling no drugs. So you support him and you put $1 in his hand, maybe $5 in his hand, because you support him. That's the mindset of most people in Atlanta when they come across the water boys. But now these little niggas is so fucking gorilla that they're robbing people who are actually trying to show care. So now people are sending messages to other people in Atlanta to no longer support the water boys. So it's likely that these little group of niggas fucked up some other little young black boys' hustle because y'all out here robbing folks. Where are y'all parents? Where are y'all parents? Because these be kids. Them little water boys be between the ages of like 10 and 15. Those are children. But now people can't even support the black youth because the black adults are not raising them fucking correctly. But we supposed to sit here and pretend like, oh, that's not all black people though. They're flooding the fucking streets of Atlanta. It's not about it not being all black people. It's too many black people. And sitting here and pretending like you don't see what's happening with the black youth is fucking crazy. They didn't just spawn. They were born. So where the fuck are their parents? They're probably online pretending like it's not all black people. Exactly. Those water boys are messing it up for the little boys who make an honest hustle. They are. They're messing it up. Because I've come across some water boys who really do be making money, but it's so many of them, you can't really tell who is who. So now it's like, fuck it. I'm not supporting damn one of y'all. I'm not doing it. Don't nobody need that little water them boys be selling, but we do it to support the little black boys who's trying. But y'all out here robbing people now. Robbing people who are literally reaching in their heart to help you. Fuck it. Sometimes I don't even be having no damn money like that. I'll scrape it. I'll be like, hold on, baby. Hold on. I'll hold up traffic looking for change just to put in these little boys' hands. I'll tell you, you can keep the water. I don't need it, baby. Go on here. I got enough water bottles in the car already. You know, because it's just about support. And as black people, we like to see the youth doing what they can. We like to see the youth doing what they can. But god damn it. It's like every time you got a nigga trying, there's always a nigga somewhere taking advantage of that situation. It's always a nigga taking advantage of that situation. And I even say with this, and y'all can agree or disagree, it is what it is. Even with the whole situation with the police brutality. I feel like black people started treating police brutality like it was a moneymaker, you know? And the reason why I say that is because I like to sit up for fun and watch police videos. And for whatever reason, every time a nigga doing some stupid shit and the police pull him over, the first thing he want to do is scream, I'm suing, I'm black. You can't do this. Police brutality, even if they're fucking wrong. Now, it gets to a point to where it's like now you're crying wolf and you're fucking it up for the people who actually get put in positions with the police who are actually dealing with police brutality, because you got niggas who actually doing stupid shit that want to claim police brutality when they get their ass handled. You know what I'm saying? It's like the fucked up niggas is fucking it up for the niggas who's actually trying. You fucking it up. In NYC, I see the water boys that sell candy. I be giving them a couple of dollars. I got a whole lot. Girl, you hit me too. I try to support them. You know what I'm saying? When I see them, I try to support them. But if they're out here, you know, robbing people, and I can't say for sure if I'm going to get robbed or not, I'm just not going to support any of them. I'm not. I'm just not going to support any of them, because to send yourself $1,100 of somebody else's money is fucked up. First of all, The kids are so unaware. They don't understand how deadly that is. Because if they would have done that to the wrong person, a person who does not have their right mind could have circled back and unalived them. Because people don't play about their money. And in today's economy, $1,100, that could have been someone's rent money. We don't know what the situation is. But these little boys just robbed this person and possibly still stood their ass on that same fucking block to see who they could do it to next. Somebody could easily come back and unalive them little boys. But you can't expect a child to think that far. You can't. That's why they need adults to provide that type of provision. Meaning, get your ass off these streets and get your black ass in this goddamn house before I tear that ass up. There's nobody doing that for them. So they got to get it how they live. If they live, they live. If they don't, hey, it is what it is. It's just fucked up. It's fucked up. Oh, but don't bring that up because, oh, it's not all black people. It's not all black people. These little niggas got the fucking community fucked up out here in Atlanta. I follow this page on Twitter where they be posting random shit that be happening in Atlanta. And every week they posting videos of black children flooding gas stations and robbing them or tearing them up or running in the streets going wild. When people feel like they have to protect themselves, they're protecting themselves from the youth. Because the youth have no type of, they have no care. There's nobody that's caring for them. And they're tearing up the streets. And people are, I seen this video, and this dude was getting his car jacked by a young nigga. And the dude was like, bro, I'll just give you the car. The dude was like, get out the car. I'm going to take the car. I'm driving. Instead of the dude getting out the car, he pressed the fucking gas. And he drugged that little boy body clean across the fucking parking lot. Towed the little boy up. It is what it is. Because what is you doing? People have the right to defend themselves when you're trying to take something that they've worked for. People have the right. So, again, this is our black youth. Where are their mothers? Probably somewhere complaining, blaming it on black men. I would say, where are their fathers? But she was probably sleeping with so many men, it could be 1 out of 20 niggas. So, you never know. You just never know when it comes to black women. And then we wonder why, and that's the reason why I say, you know, I don't want to generalize all black women because I understand there's a diaspora of black women. But I will say, American black women, when they say that the black woman is least desired, I do feel like they're speaking about American black women. I have heard black men, you know, leaving this country and going to Africa, finding them a woman. Okay, going to the Philippines, going to these different Asian countries, finding them a woman. I don't hear people say, oh my God, I'm going to go to America to find me a woman. Unless it's somebody just trying to get a green card over here. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, they're not talking about no black woman. They're not. American black women is something mentally wrong with us. It is. It's something wrong with us. It is. And then instead of actually acknowledging it and doing better, we just fucking blame it on the black man. That's what we do, you guys. I don't know. I'm just here to piece everything together. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to, like somebody gonna tell me, oh, I'm hating on BBWs. And it's not that I'm hating on BBWs. I'm doing what you guys are supposed to do. If we're gonna be pro-black, we need to be pro-black the correct way. A lot of black people don't want to acknowledge that a lot of the things that we've normalized in our community is anti-black. Okay? It's just anti-black as fuck. All the way down to the thinking that being fat is okay and we shouldn't speak on it. That's anti-black because it goes against the longevity of the black life. Okay, we can't complain about police brutality and doctors unaliving black women and these people not caring about black health, and we don't even care about our black health. How does that work? How are you mad because these doctors don't care about black women's health, but every time you turn around, a black woman want to eat at the same rate of a man? Every time you turn around, a black woman say ain't nothing wrong with being fat. You can't complain about these doctors, but you keep yourself in a position to have to stay in their face. And sicknesses don't just happen overnight, they build up. So if you're 25 right now and you're obese and you're not doing something to heal yourself from that and to get better, then by the time you're 30, where you are now is going to be 10 times worse. Imagine where you're going to be when you turn 40. Okay? If you make it that far. So it's just, you know how many fucking 40-year-olds are sitting on fucking dialysis? Dialysis at 40? And the life expectancy of a person on dialysis is 5 years. So you may live to see 45. Yeah. I don't think we care about our health as much as we claim to. I think the issue is we want other people to care more than us. We want other people to say, you know what? We don't care about black people, so let's create a system to where we start caring about black people. It's not going to happen, you guys. We have to create our own systems. We have to do that. Nobody is going to come and save our community. If they were, we would have been saved a long time ago. Guess what? Jesus not even coming back to save it. So again, we have to create the systems in order to save ourselves. Otherwise, we're just recycling patterns, recycling generational curses, recycling generational traps. Okay? That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's okay to like food, but it gets to a certain point where we got to start understanding how to heal ourselves with food. You know, too many of us are obese. Too many of us are obese. I've even seen some black women say, oh, well, y'all talk about black women being obese. What about black men? I need black women to stop thinking that just because it applies to us, it applies to them. Black women, over 60% of black men are not obese. Black men are not struggling from obesity like black women. Okay, so it's safe to say as a black woman, if all you attract is a nasty, obese black man, that's a you issue. Because it's not like it's a lot of obese black men walking around. It's fucking not. I can go to the gym right now and I will see way more black men than I will ever see black women. You rarely see black women at the gym. It might be a couple of sprinkles, including myself, but there is not a lot of black women at the gym. But you will see black men at the gym. You definitely will. And they be some decent black men at the gym. But I guarantee you, if you take your ass down to the club on Friday night, you're going to see a hell of a lot of black women. Yeah, you sure are. It's about what we prioritize. We do not prioritize our health and hygiene in this community. We don't. We don't. If black women feels as if it's going to lose her access to a man, she's not going to do it. And I keep trying to remind black women, it doesn't matter if you are obese or fit. You will still get male validation, sis. I promise you, it's okay to lose weight. Okay? It's okay to lose weight. Black women just, they just, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Yeah, you can do it at home. Or like I say all the time, go outside and walk and do your 10K steps. But a lot of black women, we would much rather sit at home and watch Zeus Network. Sit up and talk about, we love to say, oh, well, we don't have the time. Some of us are mothers. Some of us don't have the time of the day. How in the fuck do you have the time of the day to put on them long and extensive wigs and nails? Okay, how do you have the time of the day to keep laying up making babies? Okay, oh, we don't have the money. How do you have the money to keep making babies? How do you have the money to keep buying the wigs and the lashes? Okay, it's all about prioritization. You don't prioritize health and hygiene. That's the issue. Black women feel like just because they go to the store and buy the most scentiest deodorants, perfumes, and soaps that I'm hygienic because I don't stink. That's not how hygiene works, love. That's not how hygiene works, love. Okay? That's just not how it works. So, I don't know. Them y'all people, what y'all gonna do with them? Black men, what y'all gonna do? Because for whatever reason, y'all keep impregnating them. What y'all gonna do? Because he said, I don't have kids. I'm building a community of black women who ain't got the time for this shit. He said, I don't have no kids, and period. Like I said, what was it? I think I said it backwards. 54% of black men do not have children. 86% of black women have children. Okay, and a lot of black women was like, I can't stand, niggas is so dumb. They was like, how is that so if they're having black babies, every child has a father? And it's like common sense is just not so common for people nowadays. The reason why it's so is because you guys are having babies by the same nigga. Okay, so if you had 10 black women, they're all mothers. Out of those 10 black women, it might be 3 niggas that y'all done had kids by. Okay, it's not like it's one black man for one baby mama. No, black women are having babies by the same nigga. That's why 86% of black women have kids and 54% of black men don't. Y'all recycle baby daddies because a lot of black women are in competition with each other. That's why they're comfortable being the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th baby mama. That's okay. That's like a badge of honor for black women in the black community. So, y'all, I'm about to sign off because I need to make my content. But it was so fun talking to you guys. I will